Two sisters, one voice. A chilling bond that defied reality. June and Jennifer Gibbons weren't just twins. They were a mystery. They spoke to no one. Not their parents, not their teachers, not even their own siblings. But in the shadows, they whispered. They wrote eerie stories. They plotted against each other. And then, one of them had to die. This is the terrifying true story of the Silent Twins. A pact of silence, a descent into madness, and an ending that will haunt you forever. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to the Dark Side Stories for more real-life mysteries that will send chills down your spine. The Hituayan Strange Child Jojoti. June and Jennifer Gibbons were born in 1963 in Barbados, but their family soon moved to the UK. From the very beginning, they were different. They refused to speak to anyone but each other. Teachers, doctors, even their parents. No one could break their silence. It wasn't just shyness, it was something far more unsettling. They communicated in a secret language, a rapid, indecipherable mix of English and Bajan Creole that no one else understood. When forced to speak to others, they would freeze, paralyzed, as if an invisible force was holding their voices hostage. At school, they were bullied for their silence and their race, as they were among the only black children in their Welsh town. Their response? Total withdrawal. They became trapped in their own world, one where only they existed. Their OBCs Isayon, with Vudoritng, and Violenc. As they grew older, their obsession with each other intensified. They spent every waking moment together, locked away in their bedroom, writing. But these weren't ordinary teenage journals. Their stories were dark, disturbing, tales of crime, violence, and death. One of Jennifer's stories described a doctor who loved his wife so much that he murdered her. Another followed a young man who was driven to madness after being given a heart transplant from a dying dog. Their stories weren't just fiction. They were reflections of their own twisted reality. And then, their stories turned into something far more dangerous. Ciwaini and Psychiatric imprisonment. At 18, the twins took their fantasies into the real world. They started committing crimes, arson, theft, and vandalism. They broke into buildings, set fires, and watched as the flames consumed their surroundings. When they were caught, psychiatrists were baffled. The twins barely spoke to the authorities. When they did, they mirrored each other's words, as if controlled by an unseen force. Eventually, they were declared mentally ill and sent to Broadmoor, the UK's most notorious high-security psychiatric hospital. This was supposed to be rehabilitation, but for June and Jennifer, it was a prison. They were locked up for 12 years, even though their crimes were minor. Inside, they became even more unhinged. They wrote chilling diary entries about their shared destiny. One of them had to die, so the other could be free. Then, something truly terrifying happened. In 1993, after years of confinement, the twins were finally scheduled for transfer to a lower security facility. They should have been relieved. But instead, Jennifer whispered something chilling to June. "I'm going to die." Nobody took her seriously, but as soon as they arrived at the new hospital, Jennifer collapsed. Her heart just stopped. No drugs, no injuries. She was only 29 years old. Doctors were stunned. There was no medical explanation. June simply said, "We had decided. One of us had to go." Jennifer's death was the final part of their unspoken pact. And then, June spoke. After Jennifer's death, she started talking, freely to everyone. As if a curse had been lifted. She rejoined society, moved on, and even gave interviews about their strange, haunting bond. To this day, no one knows exactly how Jennifer died. Was it a psychological phenomenon, a self-fulfilling prophecy, or something even darker? The Silent Twins story remains one of the most chilling mysteries of our time. A tale of obsession, control, and a bond so powerful, it ended in death. Of UTRO. To action. What do you think really happened between the Silent Twins? Was it supernatural, psychological, or something even stranger? Let us know in the comments, and if you love chilling real-life mysteries, subscribe to the Dark Side Stories, because the truth is often more terrifying than fiction.